And I remember the first time that I heard about Pat. Pat and Lindsay were dating, and it wasn't serious yet. This is about 5 years ago when they were in college. And this is when I knew I liked Pat, and I hadn't even met him. It was a Saturday night, and the light bulb went on, and he thought Lindsay and I should only date each other. And he sent Lindsay a text and said, you know, we should just date each other. And Lindsay responded back, that sounds good, we'll talk about it tomorrow. And Pat, being very persistent, which is one of his better qualities, said, let's talk about it now. This is exciting. And Lindsay texted back, I'm on a date. I still remember the name of the guy she was on the date with. It was John. Pat was not deterred. He texted back, hey, not only do you want to hear the good news, I'm pretty sure John wants to hear the good news as well. So sure enough, a couple minutes later, there's a knock on the door, and it's Pat. And Lindsay was happy, but John, not so much. It escalated into a bit of a scuffle out on the street, but Pat's the one standing here tonight. Lisa asked me what I thought of this and what I thought about this guy, Pat. And I still remember exactly what I said. I said, it's freaking awesome. Too many times these days, guys are not willing to fight for what they want. And I don't know this guy yet, but I like him. And sure enough, we met Pat, and we've gotten to know him over the years, and he's an awesome guy. And we've been fortunate to meet and get to know his parents and his family. And after getting to know them, it was obvious why Pat was such a good guy.
Dearly beloved, we've come together in the presence of God to witness and bless the joining together of this man and this woman in holy matrimony.
Pat, I can't believe this day is finally here. It feels like I have been planning and working towards this for so long.
People have been asking me a million questions as we've gotten closer to today. Mainly, are you nervous? Of course, I've had moments of nervousness here and there. It comes with the territory of having my particular set of dance moves.
You look great.
But overall, I'm not all that nervous about everything. Something I can only chalk up to how happy being with you makes me and how right marrying you feels.
Hi.
Thank you.
I'm so excited that today I get to marry you. My best friend and my absolute favorite person to binge watch Netflix with and order fries and chicken wings with.
Day in and day out, I find myself thinking about how amazing you are and rushing home to see you and hear about your day, even though you occasionally lose me in your educational jargon. You're smart, kind, dedicated, and funny, sort of.
I love you so much, and I love each and every moment we spend together in our crappy apartment. Hopefully not forever, though.
You've decided to embark on this crazy journey with me, and whether deliberate or simply through your actions, you've helped me get through both the good times and the bad over the past few years. Having you around has made life more interesting, enjoyable, and simple. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I'm so happy that today we get to officially become Mr. and Mrs.
To the future Mrs. Lindsay Ann Polito, I love you with everything I've got, and I can't wait to say I do. I can't wait to continue our lives growing and sharing together, and I can't wait to see how stunning you look today. With love, your future husband, Pat.
Patrick, will you have Lindsay to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I will. In the name of God, I, Patrick, take you, Lindsay, to be my wife,
To have and to hold from this day forward,
better for worse, richer or poorer.
in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
Now that Patrick and Lindsay have given themselves to each other in solemn vows, the giving and receiving of rings, I do pronounce they are husband and wife. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. It is my privilege to be the first to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Patrick and Lindsay Polito. And it's smooch time.
For those that don't know, my name's Kristen. I've known Lindsay since we were about 3 years old, and we've basically been attached at the hip ever since. When it came to whoever Lindsay was going to eventually marry, I had a pretty long list of qualifications for the guy. When I first met Pat, it was just obvious how much he adored Lindsay and all of her glory. And for that, Pat, I just adore you. So I'm just so thankful she has you to stand by her side for the rest of her life. And I know you guys have a beautiful life ahead. And I'm so happy for you both.
Tell me if you feel it, 'cause I know you do. Tell me if you need it, 'cause I'm here for you. I cannot believe it that you're talking true. I cannot believe it in you. You know I can't stop, won't stop, darling. I keep thinking we could be more than you'll ever know. I'm with you till the night, chasing the stars inside your eyes, crossing the bridge until we find our way back home. When I'm with you, I'm so alive, never afraid to stand and fight, waiting until our hearts collide. Tell me I'm yours.
I'd like to finally propose my toast to Lindsay and Pat. May your lives be filled with love, happiness, and a lot of laughter. What you two have is really special. Your two families can see it, all your friends can see it. And I want you two to remember, it will always be worth fighting for.